Guess who's back? Back again. Guess who's back? With a hot girl summer, it's past Labor Day tutorial. So guys, it's been a long time. Things have changed. I've chopped off my hair. Summer's over. I just wanted to kind of throw up this video because this is the look I've been going to whenever I want to go out somewhere or really have my eyes pop and have glowy, dewy skin. But you can still wear this, I was going to say, for the month of September and October. Once you get to November, then maybe a little bit more grungy looking and maybe a darker lip, you know? But at the moment, this is what I've been kind of gravitating towards. This look is also definitely inspired by Princess Polly Boutique. Every time they have their models do a shoot day, they always take a selfie, and majority of the time the selfies have like the smoky black soft liner and very bronzy glittery eyes. So, and if you guys want to keep watching, let's jump on into it, shall we? Alrighty, so I've already taken the liberty of prepping my eyes with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. It looks a little bit dark right now, but I'm very tan on my chest and then my face is very light because I use acne medicine, so it'll balance out at the end. We'll just put it that way. So for starters, I'm gonna go in with the Norvina palette. I don't know why this is my favorite eyeshadow palette, but it is, as you can tell by this entire shade gone. But I'm actually gonna go in with Eccentric right now just because this is a little bit more cool toned and I've been feeling the more bronzy, warm vibes. So I'm just gonna take my Morphe R37 brush, dip right into that, and I'm gonna take that in my crease from inner to outer corner. And instead of following my natural eye shape and going downwards, I'm actually just gonna kind of flick it out. Then taking the same brush, I'm just gonna go in on my lash line. So like I said, all it's doing is kind of lifting that eye up a little bit to create more of an almond shape. Then I'm going to go into my Graceayyy palette, and I'm just going to tap into Ginger with a Morphe M433 brush. So instead of taking Ginger all the way in like we did with Eccentric, we're just gonna take that color about halfway to maybe 2/3 of the way in to add a little bit of dimension to the eye. See how I'm just kind of following that shape we already created? Then I'm just gonna go back in with that Morphe R37 and blend that out a little bit. So this part is kind of optional now. I'm gonna go in with my Shiseido Aurora Dew in the color Solar 2. It's a very, almost like a pressed cream glitter, if that makes sense. So I use this as a base, especially because it just lightens the color we're gonna put over it because it's a little bit more on the bronzier side, but I like something a little bit more champagne-y. So all I'm doing is putting that on my finger. I'm gonna press that onto my eyelid about 2/3 of the way to the outer corner, and then take I almost said foam finger. Take a clean finger and just blend it out a little bit. Then I am going to go with the Anastasia X Graceayyy palette again and go into Zamn with my finger and just press that over top, which the combo of the two colors I think just really add more texture, which is what I'm looking for. I don't want it to look as flat. I'm obsessed with this. I'm gonna go into my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil in the shade 0. I'm gonna take that, and I know you're not supposed to pull your eyelid, but whatever, we're not that advanced here. And then I'm just going to kind of run it over the top of my lash line. See how it's a little bit softer instead of using a true liquid liner? And now that this is laid down, I'm actually gonna go in with an angled eyeliner brush from Sephora in the number 22. I'm just taking a little bit on the brush, and all I'm doing is adding a bit of a wing liner. That's a little bit softer, and smudging out the rest of the eyeliner that we already put down. Then I'm just gonna actually jump back into the Norvina palette in the shade Beige with my Morphe M213 brush. Pick up a little bit of that and just throw that underneath the eyebrow. Now, personally, I just got my eyebrows done, I wanna say a few days ago, and they were double the size of this, and she just got rid of the whole thing. So I'm actually gonna be filling those in quite intensely, which is why I'm taking this highlight down a bit further than I normally would, because I'm actually gonna bring the eyebrow down a little bit and up a lot. So this way we have double the shape, double the fun. I'll just go back in with that blending brush Now I'm just gonna do the same to the other eye and I'll be right back. So now that the other eye is completed, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom out so we can go to the skin and then back to the eyes at the end and the eyebrows, just because that's how I normally do my makeup. So that's how I'm gonna do it here. All right, so for the skin, I'm first gonna go in with the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Smoothing Face Primer. Now, I think this is being discontinued. I feel like Samantha Ravindell. This is probably the best smoothing primer I've ever tried, and that's saying a lot because I've tried almost every one at Sephora. Most primers I find when I use them, smoothing ones, they'll look amazing when you first put them on, and then throughout the day they start to kind of seep into your pores and make them actually look bigger. So this is one that I find never really does that. It always makes my skin look so smooth. And when I actually do use this, I look in the mirror and I can totally see a difference. And sometimes I think to myself, what did I use that's different today? Because I always use the same products, and then I think, oh, it's the primer. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that, and I just use my fingers to apply that. And I know you guys can't really see a difference, but when you apply the foundation, that's when you see the difference. So as I said already, I'm super tan. So for me, I have to kind of mix foundations at the moment because I was this shade from Urban Decay, which is a 61 neutral. It's a little bit dark for me now, so I have to mix it in with the YSL All Hours in B45. It is what it is, guys. I'm sorry. But if it were up to me, this is my favorite foundation of all time. So YSL All Hours. So I just take a little bit of that, probably about almost a full pump, probably 2/3. And then I take the All Hours from YSL and just put a little bit of that in there. I'm just going to dab that on my face and just blend that out. I take it all the way to my ears, clearly, and just dab it all over my face. So this way, my face and my neck match. I'll also just take a little bit on the sponge and blend it down because there's this, like I said, weird spot on my neck that never tans. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a double chin. I don't know. It remains a mystery to me. I always blend my foundation pretty much in my hair. Otherwise, I find that when I take photos with this foundation that's darker than my actual face tone, it looks weird because there's a weird white line. I always take the time to blend the extra mile. So after I'm done blending out the foundation, I'll go in with the Too Faced Multi-sculpt Concealer in the shade Warm Beige. And like I said earlier, this is what I used to prime my eyes, but see how much brighter it is now? And just place that on the high points of my face. Go to blend that out. And if you're confused why I'm looking down here, it's because my mirror that I can actually see in is down here. If I just use a viewfinder, when we came to the ending result, I'd zoom in and everything would be a mess, so. Next for setting powder, I'm gonna go in with the Pretty Vulgar Translucent Matte About It powder. I love this. When I stopped using it for a month or so and used the Laura Mercier that I went back to because I have an extra one of that, I could tell a difference in my skin and it didn't stay matte as long as I'd liked it to. So I just like to go in with some of this translucent powder and my beauty blender to set the skin. Now I don't really bake. I kind of just put a lot of powder on and then I'll take a brush and blend it out immediately. For example, I'm gonna go in with the Morphe E41 brush and just blend out that extra powder as well as a little bit more that I put on the brush just to blend out and set the rest of the face, which as you can see now is my color. So after the face is set, I'm going to go in with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and my Sephora Pro Contour brush in the number 79. Now, because I'm very tan, I kind of mix the two of these together. So I'll just take that on my cheekbones, my temples, and around my forehead, just to give me that Kim K sculpted look instead of me and my normal circle face. Then I'll take a little bit and bring it down the bridge of my nose. No, sorry, not the bridge of my nose, the sides of my nose. Alrighty, so once that's done, I'm actually gonna go in with blush. I've really been liking this tapered brush from Bare Minerals recently for blush. And then I go in with my Pretty Vulgar in the shade Sweet Revenge, which is like a peachy pink kind of blush. And I'll throw that right over where I put the contour. I'll actually take it also a little bit up not into my temples, but kind of right next to my eyebrow. This way it has a smooth transition versus just a line on my cheek. So to marry the two together, I'm gonna go in with my Morphe M530 brush and my Hourglass Radiant Bronze Light Bronzer. This bronzer, it's the 5th year I've had this bronzer and it still hasn't run out. So although it's a high price point, lasts forever. Literally forever. And I use this every single day I put makeup on, so regardless of the season. Just take a little bit of that and kind of bring both the contour and the blush together and add a soft little glow. So pretty much the last step for the complexion part of this tutorial is gonna be the highlighter, of course. Now, this is the Ofra Rodeo Drive highlighter, and I'm pretty much at the bare bottom of this, but this is the highlighter I use when I'm tan because it's a little bit more golden than the Anastasia Amrezy highlighter. So I just take my Morphe M510 brush, dip it right in the middle, tap off the excess, and then I'll just throw that on the top of my cheekbones. It gives that beautiful glow. Then taking the same highlight, I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M504 brush and bring it down my nose and on the tip as well. Just throw a little bit on my Cupid's bow. Then I'll just throw a little highlight on my temples, which is a recent addition to my makeup routine actually, but I kind of like it just because this way it all looks cohesive. So now we're gonna jump back to the eyes and finish those up. I'm gonna go back in with that Morphe M433 brush and the Jackie Aina palette in Ginger and just run that underneath my lash line to make it a little smoky. Next, I'm gonna go in with my Coastal Scents brush. Doesn't have a number on it. It's just a very tiny detailing brush that I can get in my inner corner with. And I'll go in with the Ofra highlighter in Glazed Donut and just take a little bit right on the inner corner. And I lied when I said a little bit because that's not how I roll. So now I'm gonna throw on some mascara. My new all-time favorite is the Damn Girl from Too Faced. Now, I don't know what this does, but it is probably hands down the best mascara I've ever tried. This just gives me much more volume and it separates a little bit better, which actually, let me zoom you guys in. Oh, wrong way. You need to watch this mascara in action. Like, look at that. Really thick lashes make me happy, but there can't just be 8 of them. There has to actually be separation involved as well. The proof is in the mascara. There's nothing else I can say. I use the same mascara for the bottom lashes as well, so. Now, a tiny bit of a change up. I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in this shade Soft Brown instead of Taupe, just because, like I said, I'm very tan right now. So Taupe takes a lot more building up than Soft Brown does, so I just find it easier to go in with this. I'm probably not gonna do this part on camera just because it's gonna take me forever to fix these eyebrows. Also, if you know an eyebrow person who's in New York who knows what they're doing, please let me know. Leave them in the comments because I just can't deal with this anymore. I don't know. They were double the size 3 days ago. All right, so now that my eyebrows are back and thicker, I also threw on the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel to just set them in place. That stuff is like cement. They're not gonna go anywhere if you do that. And I've really been into faking a freckle over here, or a beauty mark, or whatever you wanna call it. I use the Milani Brow Tint Pen. This is so old. I bought it years and years ago. I really don't even know if they carry this anymore. And I just put it right. And last but not least, for lips, I'm a very simple gal. I use the Bite Agave Lip Mask in the shade Smashed, which is this very, very pink, but when you apply it, it just gives you a slight tint of color. It's nothing crazy. Just take a little bit of that on my fingers. Like if you look at the difference, it just looks a little bit pinker. Almost like I ate an ice pop. Put a little bit on the top as well. So I'm just gonna set my face with the Urban Decay setting spray, and then the look is complete. So this is the completed look. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Like I said, this is kind of the look I've been going to for the summer when I'm tan and very dewy, glowy skin. For a girl who's really oily, this is my version of dewy. Yeah, I was gonna say, this is pretty much it, man. This is the extent of my going out makeup or hot girl summer makeup pretty much. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like and comment, and subscribe is the most important, obviously. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to check me out on social media, and adios.